Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and today is another live episode. This is our week live recap review. Which one is this one?
You're just making me giggle this morning. It's our review.
Yes, this is the review of the week, and this is today is 5/5/22. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Tacos. And of course, I'm wearing my American flag shirt. Did not plan well on this one. Sorry. Although I don't own a Mexican shirt. So
That's what I was giggling about as we started that. I couldn't stop. Okay.
So again, welcome. So some quick reviews. Our podcast is now over 7,000 downloads.
Damn.
Unbelievable. And on YouTube, there's over 3,100 views on YouTube, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's not downloads off of YouTube, but it's,
right.
Views.
Yeah, I think it is views. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And I wanted to say a big shout out to Pat, because Pat's the one that gets us all this information, and she's super excited about this. So do me a favor, if you're out there listening right now or watching or whatever, hit the like button, and this one's for Pat, because she loves it. She's like, they're so funny. More people need to like these people.
Thank you, Pat, for all your hard work.
Yes, again, hit that like button for Pat. There we go.
All right. Okay, so deal update. So we've been talking about storage units and this other 34-4 unit that I had surprised you about.
Last week, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So both storage units fell through. The one that we kept on going, is he going to sign? Is he going to, he just flaked out.
Yep.
Like he wouldn't respond. He refused to sign the LOI. Suddenly we get close, what we think, to the finish line, and suddenly another buyer is now in the works. So I've got this other buyer, and they can do this, and we're just like, we're not going to play games. We gave you our best offer, and we don't get emotional about these things. I mean, I do kind of, because I fall in love with them, but if the numbers aren't right, I'm willing to walk away, and everybody should be. Yep. So that one fell through. The other one, numbers didn't work. We were going to be able to pay cash for that particular deal, but he wanted like $535,000. It was a storage unit in Indiana. The numbers don't line up for that. So we did offer, I think, around $350,000 cash. And he has another buyer that was going to pay $550,000, like over his asking. We're like, we'll go with that one.
Yeah, take it.
But it wasn't a cash buyer, so I bet we're going to follow up, and that one might come back. And who knows, the other one might come back too. We just don't know. Whenever we lose deals, it doesn't mean that they're gone completely. It means that they're just baking. We call them baking. They're in the oven.
That's right.
That's right. Also, the 34 unit, that one's gone too. Again, the wholesaler, it was an investor who wanted us to JV with them. And we had all these questions about, well, if we're going to JV with you, we need to know your experience. We need to know who's handling operations. We have to vet everything, because we're not going to put our money or our investors' money into a deal where we don't know that we have full and total control. Turns out they had gotten in a contract and wanted to give it to us for around $2 million. Ken, our underwriter, went in and it was like, dude, maybe like 1.3. And so we're like, okay,
so we're just a little off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one's out. And then we just got an email this morning from our lender that we're on track for our 5/16 close for the 48 unit here in Ohio.
Nice.
And then 339 unit in Arizona just got sent off to a couple people for underwriting. We'll see if that ends up being a deal. So that's our deal update. And
I just want to let you know that approximately 10 minutes ago, I learned about the 339 unit as well. But real quick, that is a learning lesson though. On that storage unit, it was too many red flags with that guy.
Yes.
And because we're not emotional, yes, I know we're emotional, especially because it was like our first storage unit.
Yeah.
We really wanted to get this one.
Yes.
But the red flags, you can't ignore them.
Yes.
And there was too many red flags, and it's just like, nope, because if he's doing that now, he's going to do that all the way through closing.
Yep.
And it's going to be a nightmare.
Exactly.
And then we also update on the apartment refinance. This is the Manchester apartments.
Yes.
So we just sent in our deposit this morning or yesterday.
Yesterday morning.
Yes, we just sent in the deposit to get that refinance and get that whole process started.
Yeah. So now you're going to hear that.
I think the process started like months ago, so it's to keep the process continuing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we have been in the process for a while. So they just asked for the deposit. We think 45 to 60 days. We just don't know, but you're going to get the live updates. So you hear how the refinance is going. And it's, it's interesting for us too, because it's our first time. So we're going to.
And we did an episode on the power of 72. And so whenever a bank or lender tells you 45 to 60 days, use the power of 72 and multiply that by 72. And that's your closing date. Right?
You're a goofball.
Thank you.
Okay, yesterday met with Tina and Jody. We created our asset manager checklist for the things that we're going to be doing for the 48 unit because we're getting close to closing, going over the business plan, reviewing the property management agreement with the property manager, getting everybody's ownership of all the things that they're going to be in charge of. So that was super exciting. When you get close to the finish line and you're really starting to talk about, okay, let's get the latest update. What's vacant? What's an eviction? What's here, so that we can update all the columns that we had set out of. We know we can rehab this many, and this is the. Oh, it was just super. I was just like, whoo! I got super excited. And we're still on track for that closing as well. And then a financial forecast.
Yeah, so we're almost done with the financial forecast. Now this is it's different than the other 5 businesses.
Yes.
Because this is the slow play.
Yeah.
This is the slow roll.
Freedom through passive income.
Yeah,
baby.
slow roll. And it's because a lot of these deals, we might not actually be getting the profit from them for 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
And so because of the slow roll on a lot of these deals, it makes forecasting our finances for this company, it makes it a lot more difficult.
Yes, a lot more difficult. And the reason that we don't get those funds is because we have investor partners like yourself, right? And when we give you a return model, a projection model of what you're going to make by partnering us with the deal, you get paid first if you're in preferred position, right? So we're going to get some reimbursements of certain types of fees because we're involved in the deal as well, but we're not going to get cash flow profit until you guys get your cash flow profit. So it's this whole model that we're working. We're saying, okay, we've got this apartment complex, we've got this one, we've got like 4 apartment complexes listed, we've got when the cash flow for us starts, if we're going to sell them in 5 years, what that projection is. It's a big, I was like, my mind, the brain damage that went on.
Yeah.
But thank you to CJ if he's watching. Yeah. He's the one that's helping us getting this all together, and it's been really fun to just watch it and go, oh, look, in 5 years, holy moly. Yeah. Super exciting.
Yeah, his financial forecast, the Excel was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
He was like, and then after like 5 minutes of him explaining it, he says, Flip, what do you think? I'm like, it looks pretty. Really good. Great job, CJ.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are going down to our website right here, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, and getting into our investor club.
That's right.
Because that's where you're going to find out about all these deals. Because we can't share these on Facebook and LinkedIn's and whatever's. But make sure you're watching all the podcasts. Of course you are, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching right now. But again, let us know if you have any questions, recommendations, requirements, or anything else. But we like to end all of our episodes with
invest smart.
Live happy. Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss, y'all.